Hello everyone, my name is Jasmo, and today is Wednesday. It's still June, so it's still Pride Month, but I don't have any lines to color, so I thought I would make an abstract outer space piece. Let's see. And this dude. By that I mean, where is it? Aha! Something like this. I did this a long time ago in GIMP. It's not the best composition, but I'm going to take today and do something similar, but with rainbowy colors, maybe? Rainbow colors, possibly? Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to do things a little differently. I'm going to use a particular method so that I can make everything in black and white, but then color it later. Actually, let's sketch this out first. Let us sketch. Let us plan and not just do. It is something I need to work on, is planning instead of doing. Okay, for this, I kind of already had in my mind a little something over here, and maybe I don't know, a little sun dude over. This is sun, and if we have a planet here, maybe it should be a planet. We could have a planet, and then kind of nebula things coming out like so. Possibly. Something like that, maybe? And have like a little planet over there. Kinda like that. Like a little star, or a big star over Meow. And this could actually be really tall. Maybe. Maybe. Something like that. Maybe on a slightly smaller scale. Doot. Doot. There we go. I'm working on a 2000 by 3000 pixel canvas, which is quite large. Let's see. Enough to be like a 2-foot by 3-foot canvas if you were to print it out, I think. Yeah, I kind of want like a large stacks. And then this allows something to be over here. I don't know what, but maybe another little... Kind of want to do everything flows, or flows, maybe. Actually, yeah, let's pick a shape. Pick a shape, cause yeah. Ooh, oh, I should probably save this, eh? Yeah, we'll save this. We'll save this, and we'll just save it out here. Rainbow space. I'm just saying the word rainbow reminds me of Rainbow Bright, that TV show. It was on when, like, the Care Bears were on in, like, the 80s or something, I think. So we want the sun here, and we kind of want things to, spiral this way, right? With, I don't know. Liking, kind of. That leaves all of this kind of blank, but that doesn't mean we can't move it. Or shift it. It just takes a while, because it's so large. Let's scale that down a bit so we can see. Okay. Yeah, it would ultimately end kind of like that. So we'd have a fairly large planet here. So now we need to new sketch it. And then maybe all of a sudden, I don't know. Nebula clouds is what I'm trying to decipher here. Nebula clouds. Maybe have something straight up there. I don't know what this would be. Other than clouds themselves. Little nebula. Poof balls, I don't know. And this could run huge. Huge, huge, huge. Get this out of the center. So we've got this. And where is that? Is that a giant cloud in the background? I also have to think of contrast and whatnot. So, like, the backdrop of space technically is black, but it actually has a lot of color. A lot of color to it. So, this will be a bright spot. This will be bright. These will be on the bright side. I don't know. The choices. The choices we have. Because then there's like, I really like this one. This one makes a statement. So I'm gonna might go with this one. Might tweak it a little bit. See if we can make a final sketch rendition. So our planet, oh, it's not gonna be an oval. It's gonna be. I want to move it slightly somewhere in this area. And the sun over just a little bit. And then that's kind of squished. It's kind of squished. That's a little too tense and okay. Visual tension. Layered image size there. And turn this way the hell down so we can see what we're doing. We'll just run it off the screen, because this is end of paperitis, where you don't want to go quite off the edge of the paper, but it totally looks like you probably should. So we'll just, and this can be super nebula-ish. Cumulus clouds. There you go. More cumulus clouds. I think is that maybe possibly. I might actually look up pictures of clouds for this particular piece. This one, I like the tall ones, but this one, it could have a layer and a layer, and this one could also it could go off that way. Yeah. And then I don't mind having, because there's, these guys are coming off of this way. It would make sense to have one kind of coming off that way. And we might curve, actually. Ooh. Curve. So, on our sketch, instead of straight lines, we can curve things, right? Because I want kind of a spirally curved deal for whatever reason. For whatever reason, so we can curve our nebula upwards, and we can curve this nebula downwards. Right? Then have little wispies of something, and then have a nebula cloud come alert this way, and up this way, and of course have a little more shape to it, be a little more interesting. Yeah, I think so. And there can be like a little tiny planet, wrong layer, like a little tiny planet there, and maybe, yeah, like a little tiny planet out here, and, you know, stars. I like that. That's cool. Oh, radio, hello! Didn't see you there, sorry. Like, in focus mode here. Yeah. We'll do something like this. Okay. How are you doing today? Let's see. I'm gonna do a planet. I'm gonna use a brush for the planet. Like, it is a planet and it is a brush. And that's, I think, the only pre-made... It's not the only pre-made brush I'll use, but it's the only one I'll use to put in an object. That's not right either. Meh, I'm using brushes. Meh. I'm doing pretty good today. Got a lot of stuff done. Had a good lunch, had a good breakfast. And, finally decided not to stress over picking what lines to color and just kind of go with the flow and and just make something. Just, ooh, that's huge. That's a moon. I don't want a moon, I want an actual planet. Are you moon? You're moon. Where are you? There you are. Okay. Let's do pressure opacity. Aha! Perfect. Okay. Planetoids. I'm looking for a specific kind. I might have already found it. Oh, this one. I used this one last time. It's pretty neat. But I learned colors. Invert. Oh shit. That didn't really do anything, did it? Oh, it did. I have a white background. I forgot. Okay. Let's make the background not white. Just, there we go. So outer space. I'm gonna do a black and white outer space painting. But then there's a method of turning all of those black and gray lines into things that you can color. There we go. So that's what we're doing today, is some experimental stuff. Maybe I should... yeah, I can just use white, okay. I'd like to not use the same planet, though. I may not need to use white. Oh, bright, please. Someone be bright. Ooh. I like that one. Let us see what will happen, though. Let us see, let us see. Oh, wrong layer. We're gonna do things. Okay. White's not gonna work for the white one. It is misspelled. We add layer mask, grayscale, copy, invert it, add it, and then we can very freely color with not this brush. Please don't die. Please don't die. Oh god, stop what you're doing. Ugh. You can do it. Oh, thank god. Actually, we'll just keep that. Just shrink you. Let's shrink you. Much easier. Much easier. Okay. I'm just saying what is colorable. What is colorable? That's actually okay. Yeah, that's actually okay because we can color underneath it. Okay, so that's an okay thing to do. Jesus. Don't know if we found the right planet or not. Oh, and it's not even supposed to be that big. It's supposed to be this big. Larger, though. Yes, please. Or maybe not that large. A little bigger. Sure. I think I can make this bad. Wait. There. Actually, hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Planet. Click. 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 Oh, damn it. I want to see how bad it gets. The more I click it, like, how awful will it get? Okay. I think we're pretty good. It's pretty good. Yes. We have found a planet. There we go. Oh, got some coffee with me this afternoon. And maybe a sun? Sunset sun? Everything's gonna have its own layer. Possibly. What are you? Ooh. Ooh. Where's my layers? As long as I can remember. As long as it is remembered. Okay. What side are you supposed to be? Okay. Sketch. Tiny. Tiny, tiny. She's probably not gonna cut it. That's not gonna cut it. What are you? This is more like eclipsey thing, so yeah, it's a planet. Okay, never mind. Never mind, this is a moon. Okay, we'll put this in somewhere else. Actually, we can just, planetoids, there we go. Those can all be on the same layer, because they're not going to be overlapping or touching one another. Yes, but there's only going to be like kind of in a line. So, go back to planets. These are the moons. Not to say that they won't work. They'll totally work. Well, they're supposed to be huge. No. We're just gonna have a tiny dude there. Okay. And this one can be an odd one. This one. Aha. A Saturn. That actually works kinda well. Also kind of tiny. It doesn't actually need to be smaller than this one, because this one could be closer, or larger. It could be larger. I really enjoy the larger, because that is so tiny. So small. Dink. Okay, that is... make it a little bit darker so it'll be easier to color. Okay. And now we'll go snag a sun, which will just be a fuzzy brush. Just like a giant fuzzy brush. That's all it needs to be. Aha. There we go. There we go. How large though? How large? Not quite. About like that? Sure. Planetoids. Okay. Then we'll need... Stars don't necessarily need to be colored weirdly, like I was going to. Stars can actually be put in as the colors that they are. Or, it would actually make it easier if they weren't. So, we'll just do all black and white. Just all black and white. The only reason the background is gray is because I'm not smart. Well, I don't want to stare at bright white, so... light gray there. Stars. Stars we can actually we can do partially by hand, partially not. Let's see, and partially by hand would mean getting just a fuzzy round brush, turning the jitter up, and then going ham, basically, except the jitter needs to be a lot bigger than that, unless there's like just a swath of stars somewhere. And we're curving this whole thing, so everything's got to kind of Oops. Go around. Oh dear. Oh god. Don't do things. I guess we're back to dark gray. I hate it when that happens. Go. Shoo. Get. There we go. I think I killed the star layer on accident. There we go. There we go. Okay. So everything is gonna be kind of curvy, but I don't know how to do that or show that in the star realm. And I don't know how many stars I'd want there to be. I can put in, or would be visible, because in space, there's no pollution to cloud your vision, so you might see a crap ton more stars than you would planet side with an atmosphere in your way. What are you doing? Gimp, stop it. Jesus. Just don't freak out on me, yo. Okay, and I'm not gonna worry about putting stuff behind the sun or the planets, because I can just erase it later. So I'm just gonna throw in, or stab in, just a couple pockets of this to add in some spice, some salt and pepper variety. Then we'll use brushes, I guess, for the rest. Because we can make them really large or really tiny. I guess that would have been a cool sun. Hand me this, thank you. That would have been a cool sun, but a little too cartoony for me. Yeah, too cartoony, okay. To the stars, there we go. That's huge. That's better, okay. Oh, turn on basic dynamics, which allows, or not basic dynamics, basic simple? Yeah, which allows animated brushes to be animated. So you don't always get the same, hopefully, the same tweaky pattern with stars. And this is kind of how I did it last time, was I just touched a little bit everywhere, filled in the gaps, try to make it look as random as possible, but I think I ended up making it look more procedural than not. Yeah, with little clusters of stars like that. And some can be a lot bigger than others. They really can. Probably more towards the edges? But that's okay there too. Oh god, dragonfly. Ah. Nope. 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 Maybe. Ah, this big guy. Probably not that big though. What's your original size? 345. We'll do that. And just overload the crap. Just woo! Not really. Oh, it's on jitter, so I could actually do that. Sweet. I forgot it was on jitter. So without the sketch, pretty story-filled place. Because without the jitter, it's... Okay. Okay. Boop. Boop. Hard to see, but this is what it looks like. We have some really tiny dudes right here, and larger dudes. There's a gap. Gap. I don't know if filling in the gap is the right thing to do. It's harder to see a pattern, that's for damn sure, to know that I'm using the exact same brush over and over again as a whole at this size. Okay, all the stars are one. They're all on the same canvas. I don't know what other... Well, other people will hand draw them, I'm sure. And that's lightning, so we don't do lightning. I am mostly okay. It's mostly okay looking. Yeah. Sure, why not? Grab some coffee. There we go. Let's see. Now, I guess nebulas would be the thing to do. This is crazy. There's only 3 layers so far. Only 3 layers. And the nebulas, I don't know if they're gonna be in front, behind, or where. They're gonna start very tiny. Very, very tiny, I think. Methinks. A lot of I today. Not a lot of you today. How is you? Is Alistair? I saw you pop in there. Hello. Hope work is going well. Okay, that's right. What's the difference between this guy and this guy? Almost nothing. Alright. It might be you logging in from a new machine. And hello! Because yeah, I have left my screen, or my channel up is for mature audiences only, because I have no filter when I speak. I swear inadvertently and constantly. And it was also because I was doing, like, scientific research, and there was, like, some anatomy things involved and whatnot. So, you never know who thinks science is a mature topic and who doesn't, so better safe than sorry would be the way to go on that. Oh, nope, nope, stay. Don't shoot it, can I? Yeah. Sure. Needs to be shaded kind of inversely. There we go. Yeah. Any type of nudity, even if it's artistic, they have not found a way for artists to do that yet. To do artistic nude pieces. Because I know lots of artists would totally do that, and not really to get the views, but because they like doing life studies and body studies. Yeah, exactly. Some people really like to draw the classic nudes, because it's a really good study of shape and form and light, and they turn out to be really gorgeous, and they really speak to people because you can relate to it because it's a person. Like, that's like a lot of newer artists, they are like obsessed of, like, I want to draw a face, I want to draw people, like I absolutely want to draw people, and that is not the first thing you learn to do. For sure, the first thing you learn to do is draw objects. Chairs, fruit, vases. Oh, this is true. What is the difference between being an artist and being a pornographer? It's a thin, fine line, in my opinion. And it really depends on your context. Being a pornographer, you are absolutely on purpose trying to elicit sexual arousal. Being an artist, that may not be your goal. That's why you have artist statements to go along with the pieces that artists make, is to explain what the goal or inspiration or whatever is for that particular piece. It's like everyone knows exactly what pornography is for, but not everyone knows what this particular painting's context is until they read it. And then, a lot of the time, artists like to leave up the context to the viewer. Some of them really like the viewers to find their own meaning in the thing that they see. It's one of those things. Oh. It largely depends on who your ancient is, yeah? Yeah? Oh, my god. Yeah, if you have an agent and they handle like all of your junk advertising and whatnot, it actually is totally in their hands. If they want to advertise you as like an artistic nude pornographer, whatever, that's what people are gonna find you to be. That is what they think you are. I'm sucking the fun out of that. Ugh. That is something to work on. I suck the fun out of a lot of things. People ask a question and expect a snarky, fun reply, and I never do that. Like, my bad. just a little bit. Wow, that's not... that looks like a smoke cloud. Let's pull this out here, shall we? Yeah. Not down there, just up here. There we go. Does not know what's happening right in here. I really wish Twitch would buckle down and finally make a thing for artistic nudes, and have really strong set guidelines. DeviantArt does. DeviantArt actually does. Although some things... The pieces that do follow the guidelines, they are totally fine because they actually have very language-based guidelines. And Twitch could go even farther as to be like, no nude pinups. Right? They could really have an iron fist on it where they will allow nude studies, and they also must show examples. I believe highly in examples is like, just show examples of what people can and can't do. Because you don't want a guy coming on here drawing just a whole bunch of topless ladies washing a car with hose water going everywhere. I mean, I would still find that fine, but other people may not, but that's what the mature content filter's for. That is what it's for. This seems really awful right here. There we go. There we go. The eraser is your friend, and it's gonna need to be over here. This shape's awful too. Lady Yautja, hello. You did actually make this one. The only thing you missed was us drawing up a little blue sketch guideline to follow, and then just some painting. That's about it. Currently trying to follow that guideline to get some cloudy thingamajigs going on. Eraser, please. Thank you. I'm trying to find where would the smallest point be on these. Because they're not just going straight up. I'd like them to go back into space. Ooh. It would be nice if they went back into space. I guess if I... Oh, a tighter curl. A tighter curl. Come here. Erase all of this furiously. Furiously erase all of that. There we go. It's very, very true. Zalazar Dwarf Fortress does get a little explicit, so there we go. actually go with the original plan. Because I kind of like how that... I really like how that's doing things. Yeah. This brush that I'm using is 2_spots120, and it most likely came from DeviantArt. That's where I get all of my brushes, and I actually have a link to where I get all my brushes too, somewhere on my profile, I think. It should be there. Now, I don't think I've directly linked to this, but yes, it is wonderful for clouds because you can layer it up and layer it up and layer it up. If you have a tablet, absolutely gorgeous and useful. And even like when you smudge with it, it's very handy. And even when you erase with it, it is also very handy. There we go. But GIMP likes to wig out every once in a while. There. Or just wig out entirely. There we go. Let's do one that actually comes off like this way, maybe? That way? Sure. A little bit larger. Fill that in. Smudge that around in there, because we want to get rid of those lines. Okay. Little large, yeah, there we go. Tiny, tiny. Now we zoom in. Start shaping a little bit. Go. Oh, nice, Alice. You're building a Discord bot. I didn't know Discord could have bots. Honestly, I honestly thought bots were really only for Twitch. Then again, yeah, you can make a bot for just about anything, I suppose. It's just a computer program, you give it commands, it'll go do that thing. As long as it has the parameters, right? Right. Oh, let's bring this in. There we go. Oh, that's really cool. Oh, Discord is a web-based API service thingamajig, so it can have a bot. Nice. And that's really cool that the bot would go through and find out who is live streaming and post links. I just made a new chat channel, and said, hey, if you're live, post your thing here. That'd be sweet if there was a bot. Oof, that's a little big. There we go. There we go. Okay. Neat. This could probably be quite a bit lighter though, since it's really close to the sun. It's gonna be like... Actually, it's fine. No, it's not fine. I have to think backwards because all of this black will become colorable later. That's the thing. We'll see how this works out. Mac, good afternoon. Good to see you. Hope your day's going well. This guy almost needs to come over here now. What do we have that's... Oh. We're supposed to have another Another nebula. Coming in from right here. Not gonna worry too much about coloring or the planets, really. They're on their own layer. Okay, they are on their own layer. Nice. Thing is I probably need to duplicate this so it's a lot darker. Okay. So I can have a little bit more playroom, but we'll wait. We'll wait on that. Alrighty. That, paired with this. As I just hit save over and over and over and over again. We're missing some large stars, I believe. Yeah. Almost. Kind of. Sure. Sure, okay. There we go. Is that big enough? That's more than big enough. Sweet! There we go. And thank you for everyone stopping by today. I really appreciate it. Glad I can share this piece with you guys. Outer space pieces are a lot of fun. I think we're ready to do things. This technically can go behind that. So I'm going to duplicate this. Duplicate it again, but stick one of those down there, just in case I don't like this. Do that, do this, and then duplicate that, duplicate this, and duplicate this. Okay. I might actually duplicate everybody, and just in case. Be the smart thing to do. So I have a nebula, planetoid, star copy, just in case. Okay. This is the scary part. Okay. Okay. To add a layer mask, which pops up this dude. We want the grayscale copy layer and the invert mask checked. We'll hit add, and we'll do that for all of these. Add the layer mask. This guy just pops up off screen for me. Alright, Zaliser, thank you for stopping by. Have a great rest of your day. Get home safe. Have a good dinner. There we go. Alright. Gotta get up to the... There we go. The default brushes. So we can start... What are you, planets? Yeah. So we can start doing this. Okay. Just move the background up. There we go. Okay, stars. So many. There we go. And I'm painting them all black just so I can see them. Except I forgot to erase the nebula behind the planet. That's okay. Because we can still do that right here. We'll just turn this down so we can see what we're doing too. I'll get as close as I can to the edge with the big brush before going in with the little brush. And I'm not erasing, I'm on this white layer over here using black because black kind of acts as an eraser and white works as a paint. There we go. Tinier, please. I guess it could be tinier than that too. Yeah, it could. Okay. Doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. It would just be nice if it was as good as it could possibly be. I wonder if I could, can I do that? And then Control I, and then... well, hang on. Oh, that leaves an outline, so no. Okay. That's okay. I don't mind hand doing it. It may take a little longer, but it will look better in the long run. If we can see the edge of the planet. Oh dear. Oh crap. So here's the edge on this one. It's gonna be a little wavy. Which is fine. You can always make some fine-tune adjustments later. It is so hard to see where that is. Oh, that's why, is because it doesn't really have an edge on this side. We're kind of guessing. And that was a foobar. That's okay, we can take the little smudge dude and do the fine-tune. Yeah. Yeah, we can do the fine-tune. I'd rather leave a line than leave a gap. But I'm leaving gaps. For shape. This is actually going a lot faster than I thought it would, too. I thought I'd take... well, I did. Okay, it is actually break time. I must have walked around a whole bunch. Oh, I don't even have my thing on me. Oh my god, I'm glad I looked at the clock. It has been an hour or so, so I'm gonna get up, stretch, all of that good stuff. And I encourage you guys to do the same if you've been watching for a long time, and I'll meet you back here in about 3 minutes or so. Alright. Here we go. Pick up where we left off. There we go. I think that's out of the woods. We'll say that. Oh. 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 No. My. Oh. That's awful. That is awful. That is just not cool, man. Not cool. We'll make this side. Oh, crud. Ooh. Hmm. The light source is over here. Actually, no, that works. That actually works. It works just fine. Okay. Stars! How do I get rid of stars? Just like that. Okay. Come on. Don't be a jerk. There we go. Because I know there's stars in here. There's gotta be. Yep. Oh, yep. There's a huge amount. Okay. There we go. Just cleaning up a bit. Get the stars out of this little dude. Get all the stars out of this guy. Go. Nice. Alright, background. That's drawn in there, that's fine. Background. Okay. The neat thing is, we can kind of invert things so we can see them. Might not be dark enough. Might need to choose... I was gonna go with like a 270 purple. Yeah. It'll be dark? Yeah, it will be dark. And then we'll add stuff to it. We'll add little variations of, like, different colors. Just in the same area, but it's slightly different. So we'll have some red, and some... what was different? Yellow and green-ish things. They won't be too noticeable, but they'll be there. They'll just be like little spats of different colors, and so the background's not all the same thing. We can't really see a difference, but we can see some green down here, and this one's on the pink side, this one's on the blue side, so we'll just kind of, we'll smush all the colors around and then smudge. Sure, why not? Why not? Have some orange, have a different green. That original purple, make sure that totally gets in there. Okay. This could probably be a bit smaller. There we go. Yeah. And I will be using rainbow colors. It's not going to be all blues or all purples. All the colors are going to get in here one way or another. The stars might need to... well, actually I put them on top. Okay. Still, the stars are probably gonna need to go not in there. For the most part. Nebulas are going to be blocking the stars. Alright, now let's actually see how much color we can get out of these. Okay, not a huge bright amount. Oh, that's not fun. That's not nearly as bright as I thought it would be. What about a yellow? Oh yeah, that's not nearly as bright as I would like it to be. Can we duplicate that? And then merge that. Oh god. And then do this. Oh no, oh no, not quite, not quite. This needs to be black first. Okay. And then fudge. And then it can do this. Yes. Does that have color in it? That shouldn't have any color in it whatsoever. That looks far too gray for some reason. It... Oh. Because it is. It's purple. That's why. Okay, there we go. There's the color gone. I'm going to duplicate this until it's fairly dark. Like, super dark, so I can get a more saturated color out of it. There we go. And then we'll merge all of these suckers down. And then merge that down onto the white. And then add that layer mask again. Oh, to God. It's not. I was gonna say, hope that it's the thing that we want it to be. Oh, it actually might. Never mind. Let us choose a color. There we go. Much better. Much better. I don't even... Yeah, it is a nice, shiny... Whatever. Okay. Much better. God, that had me worried. Okay, so we'll leave things white for now. We've got the background kind of in, so we need to color some stars, because stars aren't entirely white, even though the background color kind of did a really good job. But for stars, we need like... 5? Yeah, bright ass colors. Where are you? Right here, I think, right? Yes. Scooch. There we go. Yeah. We'll randomly color some pink, some yellow, just... And you won't be able to notice it, but some of them will do a little bit darker of a color, some of them these light colors. Stick some green in there. I'm just dotting the crap out of everything. Actually, we'll do it this way. There we go. Because everything was white, and I don't want the white to interfere. So we'll do that. Pick up the yellow, pick up the pink, until everything, until everything is colored in and shows up, basically. We can just color everything in. Yeah, grab some of that red, smush it in there, smush it in really good. We have yellow, we have green. Let's do a little bit darker of blue. Smush that in there. I'm kind of looking over here at this white canvas to see where I have gaps, but some of the gaps are because of the nebula, because there's no stars in them. But I'm still trying to leave no gaps. Just to make sure, well, I get all the color. Yeah, okay, so that's from that, that's from that. There we go. So things are very vaguely colored, different colors. Nice. Then we can go into a couple kind of sparklers, because there are stars out there that are heavily saturated. They're harder to see because they're darker against the background, but they're there. They're there. But like that dude, it'd be hard to see. And we may not even see it entirely in the whole piece, but something like that, except I've seen red stars. I've seen red stars that kind of look like that. They're super duper hard to see, but they're there. That planetoid seems really tiny. That's okay. This might be like a red sun and a yellow sun next to each other. Come over yonder here. Find someplace else. Get a few bright shinies in. Just gonna scribble here and there and here. The color may take, the color may not. And by that I mean, like, if you color in the black area, that's totally fine. It's just, you want some variation in color. It makes pieces more interesting, because stars are not a flat white. Even in our own sky, they're not a flat white. And that needs to be fixed. And the background helps. This whole area right here is kind of a more green, which makes these stars look a little more green. Because it's just how we made the whole piece. That's kind of all pink. There we go. There we go. Okay. Already a lot of color in there. Might be difficult to see through the stream, but there is a ton of color. Everything is white right now, just so I can help see it. Make this a yellow, white. Might even... just blurring the edges in between the main spikadoos. Maybe blur just a little bit of the spikadoos. There we go. It's not smudging, it's just blurring things. Which probably needs to, not that hard. Maybe. There. Might blur the whole damn thing, actually. Not a lot, just a little. Because it's farther away, it's not right up close to our faces. It's not going to be super crisp and clean. Okay. So our sun needs to be a color other than yellow. And I really am going to be doing rainbow colors. There's our little planetoid. That'll do. These are like two of my favorite colors to combine with a dark purple. It looks amazing. Absolutely amazing. Okay, there's that. Now just for laughs, I haven't colored any of the nebulas any particular color. They're just white for now so we can see them, but we can do something like that. Lady, that's a very good question. The only thing is that I like GIMP because it's pretty much the only program I've used. I have used Krita, in an effort to see if there was a quote-unquote better program than GIMP, but I've not used anything else other than those two, so I can't say what would be preferred. I do know I prefer GIMP over Krita, and I'm most familiar with it. I've been using it since 2009, but I also like the tools that GIMP has. Krita does have a lot of tools and a lot of different brushes, but using Krita feels like using oil paints, and using GIMP feels like I can use anything from crayons to oil paints. So I felt really limited and locked in with Krita, not to say that it wasn't a good program. Yeah. This is... Oh, get up there. Because I made I made a really nice abstract piece in Krita that I love, and it's like my favorite abstract piece that I've made, and I am actually selling that particular pattern, or it is available for sale on some clothes. They're not inexpensive though. But this piece, well, minus the logos and crap, this piece I made in Krita, and I absolutely love how it came out, but it definitely felt like oil paints, and like you're forced to use only oil paints versus GIMP where you feel like you can use any medium, relative to interpretation, I suppose. Come here. God damn it, come here. Thank you. I'm gonna do something really quick. Oh yeah, the thing about brushes is that you, for the most part, need to convert them to the file type for whichever program you are using. So like, most of the brushes for GIMP that are found on DeviantArt were Photoshop brushes, and someone took the time to convert them to GIMP brushes. I have no idea how they did that, but I'm very thankful that they did. Because I do use quite a few brushes from that, and I'm so happy that they are available. We're gonna have to make things a little brighter. Lisa Frank the crap out of this. Just to say neon. I think I've got how I want this to be now. I'll redo. Okay. Yeah, so if you're looking for brushes for Fire Alpaca, you would need brushes of that file type for that particular program. Start with a base. Just start with a base. There we go. Start with a base. Ah, so I can do that. Ooh, I love doing that. This pinky purple shade. It's my favorite. I guess the pink is lighter than the orange in this case. Foobar. That's okay. Okay. There we go. Now I'm wondering if there's a tutorial on how to I think there is a tutorial on like how to convert Photoshop brushes to GIMP brushes, and you could probably use the same method to convert those brushes to whatever program you need them for, or would like them for. Ooh, nice. Like that. Except I kind of have the light source in the wrong area. A little bit, a little bit, a little bit. No, it's not too bad. Sounds right, it's supposed to be there. So these get the most light. Maybe get a little up yonder. There. But these won't get jack squat right there. You'd probably get it right there, if anywhere. That would carry that way. Okay. There we go. There we go, much better. So this particular doodad, this guy, needs to be a little brighter. Yep. There we go. Get that up there. There. There we go. Nice. Nice and bright. Drinking coffee. So this little white star probably isn't going to stay white, since this is going to be a rainbow E piece. It's not going to be a full true rainbow, including like green and whatnot. It's going to be more pink, yellow, orange, and purple. I believe. Yes. Indeed. Okay, so let's do this guy. Dude. Which really should be turned around, but that's alright. We can add color underneath on a different layer, which I was thinking of doing anyways. So we can do like planet flats, layered, stick underneath, just a plain old layer. Yeah, so we can put some color underneath of it to brighten it up if we'd like to. Which I would like to, just on a more delicate scale. That's probably about it. The rest... The rest will be like so. Black areas, though. Okay, they could be. These black areas shouldn't be black. And the black areas are really just the background underneath. I'd like to color those up, though. While not losing the orange. Oh, I hear a ding. Artmanda, hello! Thank you for popping by. Let me see if I can scroll my chat down. There we go. I'm doing great. How are you doing today? We're just doing some spacey stuff. Outer spacey stuff. There we go. Oh man, that's a bummer. Ooh, wrong layer. Ooh. There we go. There we go. Haven't been able to stream for weeks. That is a bummer. I'm putting the general shape things here. Come here. Pink. Purple. There we go. That should carry. Yep, that should carry. There. Kind of. Well, not there, but the general gist of things. Oh, the opacity, that's why. Weird opacity setting. Sometimes it sets itself to 0 for no reason. That's already all pink. Should add in some purple. There we go. Might need a darker purple at some point here. Yeah. That looks so bizarre. Oh, that looks so bizarre. That looks awful. Oh dear. That kind of looks awful. Not quite sure what I was expecting. Other than for things to look a little better than this. Oh dear. It might be because space is like absolutely stark black instead of lit up a bit. Thankfully that's something we can deal with. Something we can deal with. We can deal with it right now. There we go. And it would be lovely to have you, Artmanda, back to streaming. I've been trying to pop into people's streams lately as much as I can, as much free time will allow, and it's been wonderful finding people. That's better. need to ramp it up a little. Okay, actually, before we do that, we'll duplicate it just in case we don't like it. It's been wonderful trying to network with fellow creative streamers, and it's been really interesting seeing all the different types of people do art. Amanda, what type of art do you do? Digital, traditional, or maybe you are a programmer, although art is in your name. Am I doing this right? I am doing this right, okay. I guess green will get in here. Piece is far too colorful. Far too colorful. Or it's too much of the same color, I should say. It really is. Darker purple. Yeah, there we go. There we go. There we go. I'll clean up the edges later. Both traditional and digital. Awesome. The neon is real. These clouds definitely should be a different color. But what? I guess greens and blues. That sounds good. Greens and blues sound good. Mostly Copic and pencil traditional. And Procreate for digital. Hopefully I said traditional for the Copics and pencils. Oh. Thank you, lady. It is a bit tie-dye-ish. It's totally tie-dye. Gonna add a little more color in it, though. Probably these blues and some cyans, because the yellow, pink, and orange is just overbearing right now. Super overbearing. I want to use Photoshop sometimes too. Cool. I've been mildly thinking about Photoshop, mainly because of their monthly subscription instead of $300 purchase. Those clouds. Can we get away with just changing the hue? No. No, we cannot. But those are the colors I would like to use, just inverse. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna color pick these colors. Ooh, lime green. Ooh. Yes. Yes. And then we're gonna pop those back in there as a blue base. Ooh, I think I like it already. And grab cyan here. And have our lime green too. Oh, that is super cool. Drawing women in ancient Chinese clothes and outfits. That is super neat. Gotta dig the cultural themed clothing. Totally, definitely. Okay. Yeah, we're good. We're good. I guess this will be a rainbow piece. Just straight up rainbow. Which was the intention and the goal in the beginning anyways. Seem nearly as, saturated as it could be. There we go. It's not nearly as icy as it could be. We actually need to use this color. Not a lot, but a fair amount. The question is, which is brighter? Oh, this one is brighter. This one is brighter, okay. As long as we get some hardcore, yeah. Hardcore green in there, all up in that. Just stick some hardcore color in right through there. And kind of blend. Except for, yeah, there we go. This does need to... Okay. There we go. Art Bandit, normally I am... Actually, not normally. I do something different every day, but on Wednesdays I usually color other people's lines. I'm a colorist by trade, so kind of like comic books, coloring for comic books, but I just do it for a hobby these days. I also do traditional art too with watercolor pencils. Be doing some acrylic paintings of flowers eventually. I also make jewelry like bracelets and stuff. And we've got, you already know probably that we got a huge slew of different people on Watch Me Work. We have people that do crocheting, jewelry work, programming, all that good stuff. And if you're not on the Discord, you should totally hop on the Discord for Watch Me Work. It's gotten a lot more lively recently. And the site's getting a whole bunch of updates and whatnot. I want to smush that in there. That kind of looks really pursed off. This is the only nice one. This is the only nice one. Is that because we need some things? I don't know. Oh, not erase. Crap. This dude, there we go. I don't really try different digital programs too often, not after I tried Krita. I mainly stick with GIMP. I pretty much only stick with GIMP, which is what I'm using right now. I had either a friend or a chance to try Photoshop for free, and I could not even open like a new canvas to start a new project. That's how backwards it was to me compared to what I was already using. Which could be good or bad depending. But I did not care for just how densely packed it was with obviously useful things, but I would need to take classes on how to use it. Which isn't a bad thing. I have not tried Inktense. Inktense is why I do use watercolor pencils though. Something is missing. Something is missing. Is it you? No. Is it you? Possibly. Oh, nice, nice. Oh dear. Come here, come here, come here, come here. Center that up. There we go. It's a little too harsh on the greens. It's too harsh on the greens. Mainly because there's not really green anything else anywhere. It's scrolled on as hard as it can be. It is. Jesus Christ. Oh, why does this... This still looks pretty awful to me. Why? But why? That's a little better, I think. A little bit. That's just lowering the lightness down. Maybe I need to nix the green and be only blue. The Albert Dürer watercolor pencils. I will have to copy and paste that. Okay. For sure. Because I always look for new materials, new or different materials, because right now I'm only using the Prismacolor watercolor pencils, and they're pretty decent. I do like them and how smooth and soft they are, but I always wonder, is there something a little better? Is there something more economical that's just as good? Oh yeah, controlling the water on watercolor pencils, if you use a watercolor brush, I can totally see that being difficult. I use acrylic brushes when I do watercolor pencils, because they don't hold nearly as much water. And I use really tiny brushes too. Like incredibly small. And that helps quite a bit. Makes it a lot easier because I actually print out lines to color with watercolor pencils. I've done some flowers recently that weren't printed out, and it's worked decently. Why does this still look awful? There's things that need to happen that just aren't happening. Oof. Gotta be the colors I'm using because it's not really consistent or balanced. It's like, hey, here's spots of yellow, pink, and purple or whatever. Yellow, orange, pink, purple. And then like, hey, here's a spot of lime green and kind of blue and cobalt blue. There's no balance. The balance is gone. Ah, screw it. They're still there. They're still there. Maybe it's too stark, too bright. It's not gentle enough. It's fairly gentle. Jeez. Yeah, acrylic brushes, they have less bristles, and they are definitely much more stiff. I use round brushes, like tiny round brushes. Yeah, it's way easier to control. I actually find I'm running out of water far too often. Especially if it's a larger piece, I would definitely use a larger brush. But it controls the water way, way better. What would that do? Things. This might help. This might help. Maybe. Not quite what I thought would happen. think something weird needs to happen. Oh, my pleasure. Sharing is caring. Sharing is totally caring in the art world. Oh my. Oh my. Yeah. God, last year we had a Watch Me Work show, like a critique show, and whatnot, and I got to make great friends with Morbid Dinosaur. And it came to one point where she's like, man, I've only got these really crappy, cheap art materials to use and practice with. And I'm like, that's great. That's absolutely great. Use those really cheap, crappy art materials. So when you do buy the professional, high-grade, more expensive artist tools or whatever, brushes, inking tools, nibs, is you will already have a ton of practice and you will be way less scared to use them simply because they are nicer. So a lot of people are like, I would love to paint, but I got these really expensive brushes and I don't want to ruin them. It's like, well, then get some really crappy brushes and practice with really crappy brushes first. Because when you go to use the professional grade stuff, it will work so much better. So much better. It'll be like night and day. Okay, I'm gonna do things. We're doing things. I'm gonna go from green to purple, yes. And I think we'll start like this. Yeah. No. Start like that. That would be my suggestion to anyone doing art, is like, get the really cheap and expensive things to do all of your practicing on, because then you won't feel too burdened by the fact that you don't want to ruin something you got because it was really expensive and nice. This needs to, like... we need more green. How do we get more green? How does we get more green? Okay, kind of. But more like that. Okay, there we go. Alright, Artmanda, thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and I can't wait to see you back up and running on Watch Me Work too. I'll start the orangening around this particular area. There we go. Because the farther away we get from the sun, like this planet and these planets they're kind of far away from the sun, except that means we can make that little planet a different color altogether to help emphasize that light closer to this sun, or things closer to that sun get cast in a different light. That'd be great. And then we do pink, and then we do purple. And over here it's probably just pink and orange. Okay. That might work better. This might work better. Did I use this color instead? I did. Okay, that's okay. That is okay, and then we can just use the straight up cyan color. Yeah. To kind of put form back into it. Shape and form. Shadow. Let's wiggle that just a bit. There we go. Hopefully this will work out the way that I would like it to. Really hoping. Might actually do this color in between. Yeah, this color, because it kind of is in between. Kind of. Maybe. Nah. Nah, we'll just go with whatever that is. It should be that straight up cobalt blue. Should be. Probably also be a little bit bigger. Love how that interacts with each other. Okay. Oh, and there's my little break dealy bob. Alright, so I'm gonna get up, stretch, all that good stuff. I encourage you to do the same if you've been watching for a long time. Get up, get that blood flowing, and I'll meet you back here in about 3 minutes. Alrighty, we're back and trying to color this mess of things. You need to switch some colors on some things before I continue here. I'm just trying to find a nice balance between the rainbow, basically. Trying to find a nice balance between the rainbow, or of the rainbow. And it's difficult. Who would think it would be that difficult? About that big. Alright, let me just grab a red and actually no, hand me that green. And yeah, let's keep that purple. Then we'll go over here, radial, and then we'll choose the rainbow. And I'm gonna do that so I can find where it is. Ooh! Oh, Gobstopper Land. Ooh. Ooh, maybe this should be yellow instead. to start with. Damn, dude. But then we lose out on the green. How do we get just a rainbow? Oh! It's a little too neon. I do like that better. I need to find dead center of this bugger. It's not there. It's kinda there? There we go. Better, but not great. I honestly think this needs to be a full rainbow. I would like it to be a full rainbow. So, what do we do? Well, we find a decent brush first. We find a decent brush first, and we'll start with the darkest color of the rainbow, which is purple. Depending. And then we'll grab some blue and put that in the middle, but not totally all the way out to the edge where the purple is. And then we might choose a slightly lighter blue so we can transition into green a little easier. Okay, like that. And we'll grab that neon frickin' green and a slightly smaller brush, actually. So we can make room for it. So there we go. We've got those. We've got like 4 colors smashed in here. Yellow. We'd like a yellow. That might drown out some of the green, so we'll get an even smaller brush. There's our yellow, but we're missing red. And orange. And red and orange are actually darker than yellow by a lot. By a lot. So what do we do? What do we do? Well, we can do something like this. Looks a little less like a gobstopper. Oh dear. If anyone's got suggestions, dare speak up. You can backseat art me as long as you're respectful about it. I'm not gonna get angry at anyone going, well, why don't you try this? I totally love it. Or if you're curious as to why something won't work, I can explain that too. Or will work, or whatever. I really like how this planet came out in the yellow, orange, and purple, and keeping everything in the yellow, orange, and purple, it looked too monotone, so that's why I changed the clouds up to have green, cyan, and blue in them, but then I started fading them orange, pink, and purple, so that, like, the farther away you get from the sun, the more orange, pink, and purple you get. That's kind of the concept that's going here. It's not working out too great. Because in reality, the sun should just be green. It should just flat out be a green to make the most sense. Thank you. Thank you, lady. Oh. These might not be fuzzy enough on the bottoms. Like, I'm an amateur artist too. I'm not like a pro or anything. This planet isn't something I hand painted. It's literally a brush. So keep that in mind. So is this planet and this planet. We did draw this though. This tiny little sparkly star down here. Which may or may not get a different color altogether if I can swing it somehow. Oh no, it's part of the stars. Stars, there we go. This is pretty much the only thing that we hand drew, other than the clouds. And these are general shapes, so that I don't totally do not intend to leave it as such. We had a lot of shape and form going on. With... I guess I didn't copy paste it. That's fine. That's fine. I don't care. We does not care, but... yeah, we had some stuff going on. A lot of stuff. Yeah, whatever. For some reason, I'm just not happy or satisfied with what's going on. It could be that I haven't found the right color combination. Of course, I haven't put any shape or form back into these. Hand me that orange. Hand me that orange. And this pink. That's kind of where we are. You can tell someone's struggling when they're like, dude, anyone, please just give me a suggestion. Oh dear God. It's like, oh, just make it stop, man. Someone please point out a solution I haven't seen yet. We're not quite there to that point, but we're getting there. We are getting there. I can just paint that over there, Jesus. There we go. I could just have not the right shape of nebula cloud things going on. It could be that too. You're not bright enough. There we go. How do we get some yellow in there? Little tinier. Kind of better, kind of. For the general shapes that we've got. Nope, nope. There we go. Things might be just too much cloud. I didn't actually... Oh, I said I was going to look at cumulus clouds, or just clouds in general. So... let's do that. Images, just... yeah. Another reason why it's being so difficult is because we're doing rainbow, and there's no real... other than over here, there's no real highlight or shadow. Here our highlight's yellow and our shadow is purple. But we've already found out if we use that color scheme for all these clouds, it looks super monotone and drab and uninteresting. Believe it or not. So, that's our current challenge. It's how to do this. So it's not super drab and uninteresting. And has pretty much all the colors so far except for red. We do have pink, but I don't know if that's in place of red. And I don't know if adding red would be a good idea. Anywhere. It could be. That left a very nice blush. Could be for that particular reason, but like a hardcore red? Maybe. Maybe. I think I do need some blue. This is really flat back here, by the way. It's just, it needs some loving of some kind. Pink or blue or whatever. Actually, it's probably going to be pink. There we go. This cloud is it is getting its own shape and form, finally. Finally, it's kind of looking like it's doing its own thing, and it looks like it has perspective. And Mean Machine Rex, hello. How are you doing today? This cloud, I've just got no clue. Let us do things a little differently on this guy. And ding! Joe M, hello! Oh yeah, the little planet does need to be a different color. It does. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. It needs to be... Oh, we colored underneath of it too. So we'll erase that for now. Where's my little tiny brush? Save often. It's always a great motto. Yeah, and this dude. Okay. Since it's a lot closer to the green sun, it's gonna need to be kind of green. And then kind of blue. And then kind of dark blue. And then kind of green. There we go. A little bit. And then... don't really want to underscore the entire thing. Maybe. Possibly. Not particularly. Just a little bit blue. Okay, now we've got a nice... it's a rainbow going from green to purple. And I ran out of drink. Oh my god. That's okay. I've got chapstick. There we go. There we go. Okay. Getting there. God, jeez, this looks weird. It just looks weird. Let's try... Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, no, 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 no. That might... nope. This planet's blending in a little too much to the cloud, but I don't know if this nebula cloud, whatever it is, does need to change a bit. Not sure to what. It's a lot of experimenting and see what works and what doesn't. We do need some contrast to help pull the planet away from the nebula. It's just debatable as to what that is. Nope, come back here. It could be pink. It could be this whole sucker back here is pink. And then it starts getting purple over here in the corner. That could work. Even have a touch of red right there. Maybe. Maybe. So we zoom out and look at it kind of thumbnail style. And it's kind of getting there. Which orange did we use? Okay, we use yeah, we use that guy. Okay, that guy. This one. Because we can do neat things with orange and pink. Okay. So we're going from blue, oddly, to yellow, but I'm not quite sure how to... This is perspective out this way, so this area is closer to us than this. But what is this shape? I keep wanting to cut it off here to make it look like this part sticks out past the rest of it, the tail. But is that the case? it's just really yellow. It's just really, really yellow. Oh. Oh dear. There we go. Leave a little bit of that hard edge in there. That helps. Pink. There we go. I don't know if that's working or not. It probably isn't. This is like a tongue twister for your brain. Good God. Just let me save it over and over again. I need to either stare at this or junk it and start over. So in thumbnail mode, you can totally see everything spirals from purple to pink to yellowish to blue to green in the center. I'm looking at my OBS and you can see and kind of feel that spiral except for that one dude. The clouds are actually spiraling to, well, kind of like 2.5 are doing a spiral and one is not. And it's this one that's totally not and this one that kind of is. Kind of is spiraling, but not. So let us grab this blue. So we've identified the issue. Identified the issue. Okay. Yeah, because this wraps down in kind of a spiral, and so does this wrap up kind of in a spiral. So let's... Which way does the spiral go? This way? It possibly goes that way. So we'll do that particular shape, kind of a diagonal wraparound. And we'll see kind of how that works. Actually, I'm going to start with orange instead of yellow. Because they play, orange and blue plays a little bit nicer on the digital scale. And this blue, we'll wrap this a little bit more underneath to give it that, to give it a wrapping feeling, so we can wrap the orange a little bit more, and then the rest of this is going to be a different color. Okay. Progress. Possibly progress, that's the part we don't know about. So we don't know if this will be progress or if we'll need to do something else again. So we'll have a wrap, maybe. This, it definitely looks like it's wrapping now, thankfully, in a cone shape, which is nice. Okay. This guy. Yep. Oh, that's weird. That is trippy. That is trippy. Shapes make all the difference. Now I just need to kind of blend them a little better so it comes out more like this-ish. We'll blend kind of gently. The yellow we can kind of totally muck into the orange. The orange I don't feel like is orange enough. But apparently it is. Here, come here. It kind of is. We'll push that down. So we can push the pink up a little bit. So we can kind of put some purple in there, so we can kind of put some pink in there. Maybe. That might break the spiral. It kind of breaks the spiral, but we need something in between. that's better. So that definitely spirals. This more or less spirals. This does too. We probably spiral things a little bit better over here by wrapping that way or this way. Wrap green this way so blue comes underneath. Oh, come here. You. There we go. So we wrap that up this way. And we can wrap this up this way. And the yellow kind of will swoop in underneath. Do a little swoop doop. Didn't really say the orange with the yellow. And save often. Okay. I don't want to totally foobar the yellow that I have already. I need a slightly smaller brush. Because we can make this come off the top. Oh, thank you, Joanne. Kinda need more blue. Kinda need more blue, okay. This would be like a spine of yellow, kind of. Start needing slightly larger brushes the closer we get to the viewers. Okay. And then the orange wraps, like so. We definitely start needing larger brushes. And then we have the pink that wraps under like so. And then we have the purple that wraps kind of like so. And then we have red in here. We're just, I don't know why. It kind of got in there. It should really be pink. I guess, the version of red in this entire piece will be pink, which is okay. It's totally fine. Oh, that's trippy. That one's fine. This guy. This guy. So our green is wrapping up this way. So our blue wraps that way, or like more green, possibly. Okay, and then there's really only a hint of orange over here, and if we're lucky, oh no, I can stay. Or just a little yellow. I want to try and keep blue in there, and I need to fix that. Need to fix that. There we go. I don't know what happened. That doesn't really spiral as much. It could spiral a lot more, and we can try that actually, because I don't mind doing it over again. Don't mind at all. Don't mind at all. Cut in about there. And really that would go kind of this way, I guess. Or would it? Let me just color the whole damn thing. Whole damn thing. Make sure you're the green we're looking for. Which I think you are. Yeah. I'm gonna go that way. So we want to go that way. So we want to go that way. Which would really have some yellow in there. And this would all be orange. Okay. A little more blue. Yep, paint over just a little bit. There we go. This is too weird. Or too tight. The spiral's too tight. Up and then this way, perhaps? Yeah, let us blend. And then not blend, color. Color a little bit back and forth. Nope. Just on the edges. Okay, and then, Jesus. Some orange on this back side. Just with a little yellow. Okay, spirals. Jeez. This planet needs to be a different color or set of colors because it's super blending in with the cloud in front of it, I think. Like those colors. Like, it doesn't matter if I really like it. It does. It totally does. It does matter. Let's do quick. Just a tiny hint of yellow in here. There. And then blur the life out of it until you can't really see it anymore. Balance that out. Okay. Now the background, like the actual background where the stars is, looks really odd. Really odd. These feel like unicorn clouds. Oh man. Weird. Weird. The question is, what colors would this be, if not the colors that it currently is? Riddle me this. Okay, that won't do. What I can do is duplicate these layers, so I have the original, and then just come over here to this dude and try whatever. Honestly, just select it and see if anything works. That was a pretty cool effect. Unintentionally cool. It does bring it definitely more forward. Sorry, atmospheric perspective means the farther away things are from you, the more kind of light and hazy they will look, because there's a lot more atmosphere between you and that object. That's why mountains far away tend to have this weird misty look kind of at the base of them, or like if you see Bob Ross, whenever he does do that weird misty look it's that atmospheric perspective. And he doesn't actually say those words, I don't think. But if we blurred like the ever-living crap out of the tips of these clouds instead of making them nice, neat, and sharp, that might help. And then slightly blurring a couple more of these, because the stars are definitely indistinct, except for this really shiny one. And the sun itself is very fuzzy, but that's because it's giving off a lot of light, and it should be very far away. So technically, we can do this. And this is what it would do. And that actually helps. So what we need to do is kind of something like that, and then a little farther away, blur a little less, but still blur it. I don't know. I mean, it does look different, but is it enough? Is it enough to warrant to actually need to do that? That's the question. Just like if we blurred these guys, and then I'd have to also blur the colors because it's farther away, and this one is the farthest away. Apparently, he's not going to blur for me either. Let me get this down to a decent size. There we go. Blur that. There we go. Blur that. He really lit too much blur. Far too much blur. But usually on space paintings, people don't blur stuff because they want you to see all of it. In this background... Oh, the background I think is bothering me because it's not following the spiral. It's not following the spiral. It's literally just a patchwork of color. Of different colors. This is actually what it looks like. It's fairly dark. But if we manage to get a spiral pattern in there, it would help. And I don't know if I like this or this. Not entirely sure, but we can duplicate this, and then, yeah, add an alpha, please, thank you. Okay, but, yeah, this dude, and then, wow, that's a weird color. Is that because it's in the 280s? It is, okay. Okay, but, much more familiar, okay. So yeah. It's far too light to start with. So that's better. Better, but it's incredibly flat. And I guess... Actually, yeah, we'll need these colors. So this will be the actual color of the background, I think. And then yeah, we'll have some red. We'll have some yellow in there, and I used this guy, but it was quite large, so wrong, oh god, wrong layer. So we can kind of alternate colors a little bit here and there. Make you green, make you blue. Leave spaces for purple. Of course it should be darker. Should be darker. Actually, don't know if that helps or not. At least, not right now. I don't know. Eyes need to rest for a tiny, tiny bit. Damn. The colors could be a little darker. Well, maybe. We lightened them up because it used to be this dark. It's like coal black, almost. And then we lightened them up into something we could actually see, so the rainbow colors of the clouds weren't so stark. And then... it's like, not spiral, spiral. We can still get variations of color within the spiral, right? We can still get like little tiny doodads here and there of color. And just distribute them around, and then we can smudge them in the direction we would like them to go, if we need to, if they're a little too stark. Seems really weird. This seems really, really weird. Let me... okay. Is that the... I guess it's the right color. Just find... that. I'm gonna do an overlay. And without changing the color mode, it's gonna look like that. Let me center that on the sun. Okay. Without changing the layer mode, it's gonna look like that. It's very nice, soft, pleasant. And then I'm gonna use grain merge. It's a little bright. I'm gonna use overlay. It doesn't really do much. This is without it. This is with it. This is without it. This is with it. Maybe in the background it'll do well. Kinda not. Maybe on this back. Ooh. Ooh. Oh dear. Oh dear. That's a little much. It's a little much. I'm trying to see if anything will kind of help unify all the bizarro colors. We can experiment a little bit. Makes everything blue. Makes everything red. We are kind of missing red. Red is really the only color not here. Red is the only color that's not here. Red is the only color that's not there. What if we make the background entirely red? Okay, that is pretty dark. Okay. Save. Save often. I don't mean like super hooty red. I mean just like it's red, but it's so dark you can't really tell. And I kind of like what's going on here. Quite a lot. Question is, should that star be yellow? Should that star be yellow? So, okay, for the overlay, we don't need an overlay. We don't. It's just gonna look weird. The whole piece is just gonna look weird. clouds to me need to be more dispersed and kind of spread out, but I don't quite know how to do that without actually... Actually, we can just duplicate it and find out. We can duplicate it and find out. Oh, no, no. Okay, so that, click on this dude, and then... It's like they're too solid. They're not, floaty enough, but yeah, not quite sure how to make them floaty. Other than, like, they kind of coalesce from nothing, so there aren't really many hard edges. Because this inside edge right here is definitely a hard edge. This edge here is now a soft edge. Sorry, this needs to be like a soft edge, kind of wisping into nothing. And the only bad part is it's behind the planet, so it's going to kind of foobar that. Now this will only change the shape of the cloud, not the shape of the colors. The shape of the colors is permanently there. So we can hope to not foobar the shape of the colors in the cloud, in the clouds. So now they all kind of have a soft edge, and some of them kind of look like northern lights. Like this guy kind of looks like northern lights. The colors could be like far too saturated as well. Obviously they are. They're like super saturated. Give. Please. Anything. Hand me this. There we go. Thank you. This is without any color. This is with a more gentle color scape. Or it's still pretty there. If we wanted to really kind of... it would be more like that. Kind of pastel. It kind of works. I prefer not pastel. I prefer not grayed out either. It's like the colors, they feel too strong, but I'm not sure how to tweak them the way that I would like. I could just monotone the shit out of it. But I don't want to do that either. Because that's what it would look like if we just went with a color instead of this. Oh, and I don't know if this planet's going to stay that way either. I'm thinking it will, because the purple blends in just far too much. It might even... it's actually too detailed. It's like super stark right there. Sorry, I'm like, the stars are kind of meh, too. But that's okay. That's okay. We'll noob. Kill it? There. It's okay that the stars are kind of meh. Oh dear. That dude. Hand me this dude. Okay, what would happen? Okay. What would happen if this was out of focus instead? I'm like, where is that edge coming from? I don't know. Why does that not seem as blurred as everything else? wants. There we go. Kind of... Definitely says, look at me, I'm the center of attention. Huh. Now let's see how much Control Z we can get away with. Quite a lot, actually. Oh, there we go. Yeah, why... Oh, I was on the wrong... thing. So we can blur this really well. But do we need to? Do we want the sun to be the focal point? I have no idea. No idea. Let me blur this all evenly this time and we'll find out. And Joam, I see you say better, but thanks to internet delay, I don't know which way is better. You'll have to be a touch more specific. True blend that color. There we go. Blend this line. Putting this out of focus might really, really help. And it kinda did the first time. So that means I'll have to blur the crap out of that, but that's okay. I'm okay with blurring this. This can be blurred. Ah, blurred. Blurred is better. Yes. Yes. I'm agreeing currently. It's like everything was far too in focus. Turn the rate down just a little bit. Burn through this place. Well, thankfully this piece was supposed to be just a fun, colorful experiment, and that's exactly how it turned out. This star is still bugging me though. This feels a little touch too in focus too. Just a little bit. There, I think. See, this is 50% view. The actual size of this piece is about this big. So that's definitely blurred out, which is nice. This kinda fades away, and this fades away too. So I'm gonna fade away the colors. Where are you? There you are. I'm gonna kind of smudge this so it's just really light, and then, yeah, totally, I'll pull this through a little bit. And just make it like so. There we go. Definitely will blur that too. Maybe not that much. Blend. I'm blending currently. There we go. Is that because of this? Yes, it is. Okay. It feels like there does need to be some stuff in here, because there's big, huge, empty spots. Even though there's stars, it does need just a little bit of something else. I'm going to spend a couple minutes doing that. Maybe just some orange and pink stringadoos running around. Yeah, maybe just a little bit. Kind of emphasizing on that. They don't have to be like super coalesced into being. They could be really just whispers of things. Should really go down there. Ugh. Do over that again. And we'll put that behind the planet. And then we'll just like blur the crap out of it. This kind of needs to go somewhere. Somewhere. Not sure where. Sure. It's a spirally rainbow mess. Oh, that gets a signature. Are we centered on this? We are, okay. Where are you? There we go. I just keep a signature because it takes me like 6 tries. Or like a dozen tries. I do want to change the color of this star before I leave. It's gonna change. I just don't know to what. Maybe a blue. Oh, just hand me a nice brush. We'll get you in the cobalt, and then in the cyan. We'll color you first, hopefully. Just with cobalt, maybe. We'll see how it turns out. Just put a giant swath of that. And apparently blurring doesn't work. There we go. Blur just a little bit more, put more on. So it's, there we go. Now from out here you can't really see it, but this is the 100% view. If you printed this out on 2 foot by 3 foot canvas, that's kind of what you would see. If you actually printed this out, it would actually be a lot darker because we have an illuminated screen staring at us. But anyways, I'm done for the day. We're done here for today. Tomorrow is Friday, so I'm going to be doing some original writings. I already made an outline, so tomorrow's story is about a blacksmith and a barbarian who get involuntarily drafted into an ancient Roman traveling circus. So I'll be starting that tomorrow. And yeah, you can find me on YouTube, JasmoSteel, I believe Instagram, Facebook, DeviantArt, Patreon, all those good places. They are on, actually, all the links are on my Twitch. I'll need to change that. Some of them are actually my Watch Me Work too. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you, Joemma, on watching me work. Really do appreciate it. All the lurkers on Twitch, you too, and anyone watching on YouTube as well. If you are new and you'd like to know when I go live, you can follow me on Twitch and on Twitter at JasmoColors, and I will catch you guys all next time.